In this video, we're going to talk about 5 ways to quickly create social media content so that you're not procrastinating, you're not wasting time, and you're not feeling overwhelmed. Because I know that the number one complaint with small business owners is that I just don't have time to create content. Well, let me tell you something, you definitely do, you just don't know it yet. So if you are a small business owner looking for social media tips and marketing strategies online, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell below so that you are notified every time I release a new video. And I am releasing new videos every single week, so you don't want to miss anything. All right, let's dive into this week's video. The number one tip for quickly creating social media content is to create content for one platform and then repurpose it. Okay, so I'll give you an example of what I do. So I mainly create content for my YouTube channel, and then I take what I've created for my YouTube channel and I repurpose it to Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. And the way that I do that is I film my video for YouTube, and then sometimes I'll cut it up into pieces and add subtitles to it, and I'll put it on either IGTV or sometimes Facebook, or I'll add it to stories and things of that sort. Because when you're trying to create content for every single social media platform, you will be so overwhelmed. You definitely need a team for that. So if you are a small business owner, create for one platform and repurpose that same piece of content to other social media platforms. Tip number 2 is make sure that you do your research. Now, I know that research may sound like a time-consuming thing, but the reason that this actually saves you time is because you don't want to be wasting time creating content that nobody cares about and is not going to perform well. So if you do your research ahead of time, you will save time in terms of growth on your social media platforms. Which brings me to tip number 3, and that is to creep your competition. And that is actually part of your research. So the way that you want to do this is you don't want to copy your competition, but you want to go and see what is performing well for them. So if you're going to be going on Instagram, see how many likes they've gotten, how many comments they've gotten engaged as in comparison to some of their other posts. And let me give you a tangible example. So if you own a tanning salon and you are noticing that another tanning salon is doing really well when they are advertising, let's say, new bronzers. So what you can do then is do an IGTV video demonstrating how to properly use a bronzer, because you know that anything about bronzers performs well. Tip number 4 is make sure that you batch content in one day. So let's say you take one day every single month or one day bi-weekly and you create 2 weeks or 1 month's worth of content. This is going to save you time, because when you sit down for one day, you get into this flow state. So once you're in that flow state, you keep getting ideas on what it is that you want to create, as opposed to trying to create daily, because you have to interrupt whatever it is that you're doing that day and sit down and try to focus. But once you're already focused and the ideas are flowing, this saves a lot of time. And if you would like a little bit of help with this, I've actually created an Instagram content calendar. However, you could definitely use this content calendar for Facebook and other social media platforms. And I'm going to link that in the description below. It is absolutely free and it gives you 50 different ideas. So those 50 ideas could spark another 50 ideas or more. So definitely make sure you download that below. And tip number 5 for quickly creating social media content is to get help, aka outsource. So I know a lot of people think that they can't afford to outsource, but sometimes you can't afford not to outsource. And you don't have to outsource the entire thing, but let's say there's part of it that you really hate doing, like for example, the copywriting or the design. Make sure that you just outsource that one part, because that is going to really speed things up and help you out. I hope that you've enjoyed this video training, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. And also, I'm going to leave a link to the next social media marketing training right over here. So I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.